Hello everybody and welcome back to BattleTech, where we need to go to the next flashpoint. So let's see where we are going. It looks like we are going here. Okay, and then there's still these two flashpoints over here. We're definitely getting close to the end here. There's no doubt about that. But off we go. We've still got 100 days left before our score. Sumire catches your attention on the bridge. Commander, I've picked up a distress call from a nearby civilian transport. It's not exactly our job to assist in matters like this, but we may be the nearest ship available. He studies the display. On the other hand, it looks like the ship's engines are in a critical state. They could explode before we get there. We're going to mount an immediate rescue expedition. Fantastic. We've seen this before, so morale goes up. And on we go. And we've got our... Oh, new flashpoint in Mendham. Where is this? This is... Ah, this is the one that we failed previously, isn't it? Yes. Okay. So that one's back. We will come back to this after this flashpoint, I think. We're already committed. We already made the payment, so I think we're good to go. So, onward we go. And once we get back there, I will speed through that one. I won't read through all of it again until we get to new content. But first, we're going to run this other flashpoint. So we've got at least 4 flashpoints left. So that's a thing.
Got a new financial report for you, Commander.
Okay, let's continue onward. We're traveling to Mitchell. Another 4 days on that. Flashpoint is no longer available in Bellerophon. Yeah, that's fine. It will become re-available in a month or so. And here we are. Engagement length, medium, tonnage requirements light. There are consecutive deployments. So this is going to be exciting. You're here. Good. Time is short, so I won't mince words. Hauptmann General Alistair Dobrescu of the LCAF has placed the industrial megacity of Gauthier under siege. For the past 6 weeks, his troops have held the city's 12 million inhabitants at gunpoint, and the planetary militia has proven incapable of removing them. The CCAF is mustering troops to break the siege, but an operation of this scale takes time to assemble. They say they'll be here in a month at most, but in all likelihood it'll be another 3 before any fresh Capellan mechs hit the ground. By that time, much of Gauthier's population will have already starved to death. I intend to do better than that. I'm going to break the siege, here and now, today, and I'm going to use your company to do it. When House Steiner makes a blockade, it does it for keeps. Busting through one of their encirclements is going to be a tall order, even for us. You got any resources you can lend us to help even the odds? The remnants of the planetary militia are available to assist you, but unfortunately the breakdown of their chain of command has led to serious infighting. To be honest, I'm concerned that without a guiding hand, they'll kill each other before the Lyrans get around to finishing them off. And you need me to bring them together. To the extent that such a feat is possible. The 2 remaining lance commanders that we have in the field, Lieutenant Azura Cheval Demastoire and Ellen Jailbird Velasquez, have a history of interpersonal conflict. Still, I'd like you to do what you can. Time is of the essence, so I want you to assist them consecutively. First the one, then the other. We can't afford to give the Lyrans an opportunity to regroup between deployments. Don't worry about us. We'll get the job done. That's what I was hoping to hear. After you've rallied the militia to the best of your ability, I'll contact you to discuss our next steps. Get down there, Commander. Show our enemies what the Confederation does to those who visit harm upon its people. All of Gauthier will be watching. So, I guess we're playing babysitter for a couple of squabbling militia leaders. Good times. Still, it'll be nice to have some backup on our side. As long as their quarrel doesn't get in the way of us finishing our job, they're welcome to the team. Indeed, but we'll see how that ends up going. Lady Marina's forward me rendezvous coordinates for the 2 militia leaders, and Cheval's up first. I'll have our people suit up and make sure that they're prepared for consecutive deployments. Back to your stations, everybody. Let's get this job done. Okay, so we need to see when we have to do the light deployment. Do we have to do consecutive light deployments? Because that could get exciting if we do. Yeah, max of 75 tons. Blobfish is still out. Max of 75, max of 240 in total. What's our tonnage looking like this? We have 100 more tons. Instead of the Panther, we could have the Raven in this slot. And we could bring an Archer, in theory. And even then, we've still got tonnage to spare. What if we were to bring... We could do this. We can bring a Marauder and an Archer, and then a Raven and a Jenner, and we've still got 25 tons to spare. In theory, could we upgrade this Jenner to a Rifleman? We could. Wow. This is not a light lance. Okay. We're doing this. So this is a battle in an urban biome. So this is going to be kind of exciting cover-wise at first. So we'll have to see how this ends up going. Oh, we didn't check the store, did we? We'll have to do that after this mission. But for right now, we need to destroy Steiner units. For your first deployment, you'll rendezvous with Azura Cheval Demastoire of the Mitchell Planetary Militia. She and her lance have been... I've kind of been going kind of French here. Maybe I should go with the Michel Planetary Militia. She and her lance have been scout hunting in northern Gauthier's western, or rather wealthy, museum district, and it appears that they've caught a Lyran scout. Assist her lance in defeating it, then proceed to your next rendezvous point. Talking about House Steiner here. Considering the context, scout may not mean what we think it means. We think that it's 4 atlases. Am I wrong? I guess we'll find out. I would like 4 atlases, because then we'd be able to kill 4 atlases. And then we'd be able to get an atlas for sure. Okay, excellent. Here we are. Commander, Lieutenant Azura Demastoire here. We appreciate the assistance, because we're gonna need it. We've identified a Lyran Atlas moving through the museum district. Thankfully enough, the beast appears to have soaked up a lot of punishment over the course of the siege. Why the Lyrans haven't sent it in for repairs yet is beyond me. Maybe they're having trouble with their supply chain. I don't know. Could be plain old hubris. It's an Atlas, king of the battlefield. The Lyrans expect you to take one look at it, shit yourselves, and run screaming for the hills, so why bother keeping it in full repair? Whatever the rationale, we've got an extremely juicy target right in front of us. With your lance's help, I intend to destroy that target. Deal? So what's in our contract, Lieutenant? Let's get it done. Yes, let's. My lance has taken the field, Commander. Let's show these Lyran bastards that they aren't as tough as they think they are. Okay, so one of her lance has to survive. The Atlas itself is up over here, and there's not a lot of cover between us and them. Luckily, we've got a Raven.
Rolling.
I'm not going to move the Raven just yet. I want to finalize our other positions first. We'll put the Marauder there, and the Archer right about... There's our contact. Right about here, I think. And then we'll just position the Raven right there and get nice and cloaked. Okay, we are in combat. So they've got a Spider and a Hunchback. What else do they have? I didn't see. They have a Hatchetman and a second Hunchback. Dual 4P Hunchbacks. Interesting. This solo Atlas can't stand up to this. It's simply not possible. I'm going to force the Atlas to move, though. We're cloaked inside the ECM field, and there's no way the Atlas gets inside the ECM this round, so I want him to come to us before we go to him. We're going to reserve again and force him to move.
10-4.
There he is, AS-7D. He's got that AC-20 that we should worry about. Where is the AC-20 mounted? The right torso, with the ammo for it there as well. Okay. 185 armor in that location.
Waiting for orders.
Our rifleman has 1,000 armor straight up.
Commander?
Like, we're not heavily
Ready
armored
for orders.
in this lance. We're going to fall back here a little bit with the archer. Actually, I want to be not quite that far back. Ooh, we actually have to get a little closer. Here. Here is good.
Confirmed.
We're going to precision strike this guy. We're going to get to move twice before he gets to move because of our reservations. So, we're going to aim straight for this torso with the LRMs. That was actually really good. I would have preferred a little more damage in this torso, but LRM ammo is not a bad thing to be hitting either. We're going to take the Marauder up and position just outside of the cloaking field. Actually, no, we're going to position the Marauder over here. We've got the large lasers, the UAC-5.
No problem.
That'll be
On my
okay. This is still within the cloaking field. Of course, we can't precision strike this.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
That was good damage spread right there. I'm very happy with that.
Standing by.
Okay, now for the rifleman. I want the rifleman to be... will have to be right here.
I'm there.
Okay.
Take this.
And now, the
I'm
Raven
receiving you.
is just going to hide behind this building
All right.
for right now. That Atlas must have put in a call for help, Commander. We've got incoming Steiner drop pods. Payload unknown. Let them come. We'll take them apart, one by one. Okay, so. She is now moving her lance forward. I'm going to reserve the Raven back.
Waiting for the right play.
We're not going to let the Atlas move again, though. So right now,
Waiting for
we're going to
orders.
fire with the archer. And I think we burn our morale on this precision strike. We go for this torso. We are going to eliminate that AC-20 this turn, if we can.
Firing full complement on the
Very nice. And that's a straight-up dead Atlas. AC-20 ammo explosion.
hostile eliminated.
Fantastic. Heads up, Commander. We've got fresh Lyran battle mechs touching down. You heard the lady. Weapons hot, mech warriors. Let's light them up. Okay, what do they got over here?
Time.
We see a hatchetman, a cicada. So far, this isn't all that threatening. We do see a Phoenix Hawk and a 30-tonner, maybe a Javelin. Okay. Yeah, that's really not very threatening.
Yes, Commander.
Jambia, I want you to position right up over here. We're going to have to round this bend. So just position there and brace. Because we're going to need to close in. Their 4P is going to light up that hatchetman and probably deal with it on his own. Nope, no AC-10 ammo explosion. If that had happened, that hatchetman would have died. For sure. Okay. Thumper,
Good to go.
you are, of course, in the archer. We're going to reserve. I want to wait until after all of their mechs have moved. Okay, they're firing on that Steiner hatchetman. Steiner is now moving their cicada. Okay, they put the cicada inside of our field here. They sprinted it into the ECM field. That's acceptable. Our Liao ally is going to finish off that hatchman. It's dead. That's fantastic. And now that Phoenix Hawk is in play. But it just sprinted forward. So, this cicada definitely weakened itself by moving here. So, here's what we're going to do. We've already moved the Raven, and I kind of regret that at this point. But we're going to stick the Marauder right up over here. Our hit odds are a little bit low, but we're ECM protected now. And we can bump up our hit odds a little bit. Ooh, solid. Very solid.
Tango down.
Excellent. Okay, now we're going to move the Rifleman up over this way. We cannot get in LOS and fire in the same turn.
No target.
But we're just going to run up over there and remain cloaked. And then the Archer can come over here, and we can drop indirect missiles on one of these two remaining mechs. The Phoenix Hawk or the Javelin. And they're kind of equally bad options. I feel like the Javelin, because it has lower armor, and we're going to precision strike this just to boost the hit odds. I thought I had the Javelin selected. Okay, whatever. We can hit the Phoenix Hawk. Now this time we do not want to reserve. We want to attack as early as possible in this particular combat. Okay, they're going for the 5G here, or 4P. Why did I call it the 5G? I guess because I just recently watched a video about the 5G conspiracy theories. I don't recommend that. It's going to make you sad about humanity and how silly they are. Okay, we're going to go for the Phoenix Hawk. So, we're going to fire on this guy. We will remain cloaked unless they decide to enter this area, and if they do that, they give up their positioning.
Scored a critical hit.
Okay, 4P is going to melee the Phoenix Hawk. That's... I don't know about that choice. I feel like it had the heat to fire the medium lasers.
Ready to get it on.
Regardless, we're going to put our Archer right up over here. Our heat is a little on the high end on the Archer, but we are hitting weak side on the Phoenix Hawk. So I would like, if it's at all possible, to just go in that torso.
Sweet.
Nice.
Critical hit, Commander.
Indeed. Now this Hatchetman will melee, and that makes sense. Okay, that's not perhaps the best location to hit. This Hunchback is also going to melee. I mean, this one's heat is pretty high. That one does make sense. It's got that small laser. Ooh, a knockdown on the Phoenix Hawk. I like it. Okay, so we're going to need to get our Marauder up into position, and we're just going to sprint this turn. We're going to sprint to here.
Affirmative.
Our Marauder is now cloaked.
Commander?
And the Rifleman can take up position in this cover, but there you actually... we can't get LOS on this guy because it's completely surrounded by our ally. Okay, we will fire on the Javelin then.
Ordnance received.
Unfortunately, we cannot do a precision strike because I was planning on firing on this guy. But hit odds are actually still okay on the Javelin. They're not literally the worst thing I've ever seen.
Alpha strike.
Yeah.
Warriors, show them what you got.
Okay, our ally jumped their spider into our ECM field. And now the Javelin walked into our ECM field to attack the spider. So that Javelin has to go.
I'm here.
And the Raven will be the one to deal with it.
Move order received.
At least for now.
Ah!
Okay. That could have been better damage, but it's fine. Looks like the Hunchback is also hopping in the ECM field, and is going to deal with the Javelin. Good play. Nice work, Commander. The Lyrians are going to piss themselves when they find out what happened to their scout. Oh, they'll be furious. If I know the Lyrians, they'll redirect every assault mech in a 20-mile radius to come stamp us out. We'll lead them on a merry chase, lure them far away from the front lines, and then double back for your push to break through the siege. Sounds like a plan. If you don't need us anymore, we'll move on to support your sister lance in the Jessup Downs. Word to the wise, Oliviera. The woman you'll be dealing with is no better than the Lyrians. In some ways, she may be worse. She'll do her best to charm you, but trusting her word would be a mistake. Watch your back. Thanks for the heads up. We'll see you again when we regroup at Militia HQ. Oliviera out.
Mission successful.
Excellent. So, do we get a part from that Atlas? That'd be nice. We do. That gets us a full AS-7D. That's really fancy. Okay. We can't do anything with that right now, because we're going to get a consecutive deployment here. Luckily, we didn't take any internal damage, so we'll be fine. Right? This is a consecutive? It should be. Yep, Phoenix Hawk. The Atlas D is the king of the battlefield, capable of bringing a dizzying array of weapons to bear on targets at any range. It's also noteworthy for normally mounting the maximum amount of armor possible. Few opponents can survive even brief contact with this monster. Indeed. And here is our consecutive deployment. Okay, yep, same tonnage requirements. So this is fine. I am, however, going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and next episode, we will go deal with this battle in an urban environment. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.